As I was listening to the weekly Azzacross narration of the TWAB, I heard they were scrapping the Unbroken title, and as the average player I am, I have never reached legend rank in competitive. So I decided to go after it this season, and with 5 hours of survival, I can confidently say that it will probably take me another 5 hours of survival to get there. I'll let you know my progress in the next video. But for now, let's look at the loadout that I've been using, and more specifically, the Syncopation 53. I mean seriously, look at this thing. It looks sleek, but with Headstone being the only thing anyone ever talked about for this gun, why have I been using it when I could be using top pulses like Peace of Mind or Vigilance Wing? Honestly, I have almost no clue. But I haven't used a 390 pulse rifle ever until this thing showed up, and apparently they are pretty nice to shoot. Also, with the weapon crafting level going up every few matches or so, just makes me not want to take the thing off. It's a nice dopamine hit, especially after getting washed on by a freelance team that somehow has better coordination than every fire team I've ever been on. But that's besides the point. I'm gonna go and try to find something, anything, that makes this thing have a reason to be equipped. Welcome to the Syncopation 53 quick review. When jumping into Syncopation's weapon crafting setup, we have a bunch of stuff that we can throw at it. But the main thing here is stability because the range stat doesn't change too much with this pulse rifle at 19 zoom. And because I'm addicted to Lunafaction boots and PvP for some reason. Anyways, that means we'll be using Stability Masterwork and Chambered Compensator, which increases stability in recoil direction. We're also throwing a counterbalance mod on to make the recoil direction 100, and overall our stability becomes 81. Now onto the perks, which as one of our first weapons that we get for weapon crafting, Moving Target and Rangefinder are amazing choices. And although enhanced perks are most of the time non-essential, they certainly look pretty when you get them, so we'll be trying out some. Here's a summary of a few rolls that I used: Moving Target and Headstone, which was fun but doesn't do much; Hipfire Grip and Rangefinder, which is surprisingly versatile; and last but not least, Moving Target and Frenzy, because it's the only real PvP damage buff besides Vorpal Weapon. It was okay, but Frenzy doesn't really pop up enough to use it reliably. And there's the rolls I've been using. I personally stuck with Hipfire Grip and Rangefinder throughout this video because it becomes consistent and versatile, which is exactly what I want with a gun. Also, the thing I said about Lunafaction boots, yeah, I kinda use them with the Empowering Rift to get very nice 2-taps at essentially any range. And I promise it's for that reason and not just so I can do this. Okay, so we've covered what the gun actually does, and since fusion rifles are meta, we'll pick one of those and then pick our armor mods. Here's the current selection that I've been using, mostly just getting stat bumps with Quick Charge, Radiant Light, and Powerful Friends, but also using Psionic Forging 1 to increase the duration of the Suros Synergy origin trait that the Syncopation has, which increases handling and reduces flinch after reloading. Lastly, you can play on any class here, but as a religious warlock main, I'm going to use a similar setup from my Graviton Lance video, but with the fragments that boost stats rather than impact gameplay. However, getting Empowering Rifts quickly with Middle Tree Solar isn't a bad play either when using Lunafactions. And that's about all we need to have our build. So how do we feel about this build, and more importantly, the Syncopation 53? Honestly, it's just a consistent pulse rifle. Nothing more, nothing less. It has a higher time to kill than other options, but it certainly is one of the most consistent at landing the optimal time with 5 to the head and 2 to the body. And that's probably why nobody talks about this thing. It's not special. I mean, sure, there are videos talking about how this thing is actually a meta pick, but I think this was best summed up in a video by eGains saying,
"It's literally average."
And that's about all I have on the Syncopation 53. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, feel free to hit the subscribe button. And let me know the rolls you use for it in the comments below. Thanks for letting me save you some time. I'm gonna go get some coffee, and you all have a great day.